In the following several minutes, I will not just be talking with you, I will guide you through an experience, through a transformation. By the end, you will not only understand what has been holding you back, you will feel something within you change. You will begin to see things differently, not only your thoughts, but also how your reality has been shaping around you all this time while you were unaware. When this occurs, everything will start falling into place effortlessly. For the next few minutes, I ask that you release all distractions. Fully immerse yourself in this moment. What you are about to hear is not simply information, it is an experience to enter. So, let us begin. I want you to recall a moment in your life when something you deeply desired was not happening. Perhaps it involved relationships, work, an opportunity, something you constantly thought about and hoped for, maybe even obsessed over. No matter how much effort you invested, it simply did not materialize. Contrast that with another moment, another time when something incredible fell into place effortlessly. You barely thought about it. Maybe you did not even care much, but suddenly it happened. It was as if by magic. Why does this happen? Why do the things we chase seem to run further away, while the things we are indifferent to come to us without resistance? There is a hidden mechanism behind this that many have either not considered or simply do not suspect exists. First, allow me to explain why this happens, and then I will give you a simple yet powerful method to start using this consciously. When you begin to apply this, you will see radical changes. Those very things that once seemed unattainable will start flowing toward you effortlessly. So listen attentively, because this is the moment everything changes. The universe, or more precisely, your reality, is not something that happens to you. It is something that responds to you, and this is where most people get stuck. You are not waiting for reality to change. Reality is waiting for you to change. Think about this. How many times have you wanted something very badly, but it did not come? Then at the moment when you stopped worrying, when you let it go, bang, it appeared. This is not a coincidence, it is a law. When you chase, when you are obsessed, when you constantly seek confirmation, you are telling reality that you do not have it. Reality will always reflect the state you are in. However, the moment you stop needing it, stop checking, stop trying to control it, that is when it starts moving towards you. This is not because you gave up or stopped wanting it. It is because you have shifted into the version of yourself that already possesses it. When this happens, everything aligns. This is exactly what Neville Goddard tried to convey to you when he said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This assumption, supported consistently, will turn into fact. Think about that for a moment. He did not say hope for it. He did not say wish for it. He said assume it. Assumption is not an attempt. It is a knowing. When you assume something is already yours, you do not chase it. You do not look for signs. You do not sit and wonder when it will come, because in your consciousness, it has already happened. That is why doing nothing is key. The moment you assume the deal is done, you stop interfering, stop complicating things, stop doubting, stop trying to force it to happen. It is then that everything begins to unfold. Reality finally has a space to shift without resistance. You have probably noticed that the things you desperately want take forever, while the things you do not particularly care about appear on their own. Why? Because when you do not care, you are not blocking every little thing. You are not in a state of anticipation, and therefore everything flows easily. So the question is, how do you attract into your life everything you have ever wanted without pretending you do not care? Let us be honest, you cannot fake detachment. You cannot simply sit and tell yourself, okay, I do not care, while deep down you are still checking, still waiting, still hoping. That is not letting go, that is pretending, and reality responds not to what you say, but to what you truly feel. So how do you detach without forcing yourself, without fighting to feel nothing, without deceiving yourself, and without forcing yourself into a state you do not really believe in? When you understand this, everything will change. This is exactly what I'm going to show you. Stay with me. The first step, the very first step, is to stop chasing. Right now, whether you realize it or not, you are in I need this to happen mode. This mode keeps you trapped because every time you think, where is it? Or why isn't it here yet? You reinforce the fact that it is not here. The truth is, if you already had it, you would not be seeking it. So let me ask, if it were already done, how would you feel? Would you be anxious? No, you would be relaxed, confident, convinced. That is the energy that makes it manifest. As soon as you stop seeking proof, stop waiting, stop looking for signs, you enter the energy of already having it. This energy is what draws it to you effortlessly. From this moment on, stop looking for it. Stop waiting for it. Stop wondering when. Instead, step into the energy of knowing. When you do, everything will start to change. Now let me show you how to stay in this state without reverting to doubt. Stay with me. The second step, now that you have stopped chasing, the next step is to remain in the state of already having it without slipping back into doubt. Initially, you might feel confident. You might feel like, okay, I get it. This is already mine. However, after a few hours, a day, maybe two, suddenly that little voice creeps back in. So how do you prevent this? You must become comfortable with not knowing when or how it will happen. Read that again, because this is where the real transformation occurs. Most people can assume for a moment, but they cannot let go of the timeline. They cannot surrender the question of how. If you can do this, you become an unstoppable force. Live as if you already have it, when you are no longer chasing, no longer waiting, no longer desperately seeking signs. Reality has no choice but to manifest. From this moment on, when doubts creep in, allow them to pass. When you can sit in that space without reacting, without forcing, without needing, you enter the state of effortless receiving. It is then that everything starts moving toward you. Now let us talk about the final step. This is the part that cements this forever. Stay with me. The third step. By now you have done the two most important things. First, you have stopped chasing. You are no longer operating from a place of waiting, seeking, or hoping. Second, you have remained in that state. You have learned to sit with uncertainty without disrupting the energy of already having it. Now comes the final step, sealing it and allowing the flow. Here is the key. You must become comfortable with the silence before manifestation. This is where most people falter. After they stop chasing and settle into knowing, they expect immediate changes. They think, okay, I am doing everything right, so where is it? That thought alone throws them back into expectation mode. You must understand that between the vision and its manifestation, there is always a gap. This gap is not a delay. It is an alignment. Reality is not testing you. It is recalibrating itself. It is like a computer program rewriting itself to accommodate your new command. This process takes time, so you must allow it to run its course. The best part is that it not only arrives, it arrives in a way that feels natural, effortless, and even better than you imagine. From this moment on, when doubt creeps in, when impatience starts pulling at you, do nothing. Not because you do not care, but because you already know it is done. As soon as you can do this, you will never chase again. Everything you want will begin chasing you. Now you know that manifestation is not about doing more. It is about allowing. The moment you stop chasing, stop checking, stop waiting, everything falls into place. You do not need to force. You do not need to beg for signs. You do not need to guess when or how. When you truly step into the state of already having it, reality begins to shift to match it. Now it is up to you. You can revert to overthinking, doubting, and expecting, or you can do the one thing that changes everything, nothing. Here is what I want you to do. Write "I release" and "everything flows" in the comments to cement this. Claim it, feel it, let it be final. If this resonated with you, like this video, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing.